Then we'll move on to a different topic.
Senator, you were speaking. May I speak? You cut me off when I was speaking. When I ask you the next question, you can
speak, and I hope you answer, Ms. Bondi.
Well, I'd like to answer the previous one, Senator.
When we met yesterday,
you pointed your finger at me and said you were speaking.
You did not seem to be familiar
let me answer my question.
the
I'm not going to be bullied by you,
Senator
Senator
Padilla. The 14th Amendment of the United States of America, which was deeply disappointing.
I guess you didn't want to hear my answer about
today after I gave an opportunity to study overnight. So can you tell me and this committee what the citizenship clause of the 14th Amendment says?
Senator, I'm here to answer your questions. I'm not here to do your homework and study for you. If I am confirmed as Attorney General...
You're the one asking for a confirmation
hey,
vote,
you
ma'am.
cut me off. Can I please finish?
What does the 14th Amendment say?
Senator?
It was a heated day on Capitol Hill as Senator Alex Padilla of California pressed Trump's pick for Attorney General Pam Bondi. What unfolded wasn't just a tough line of questioning, it was a lesson in accountability, constitutional law, and the dangerous cost of political loyalty over truth.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Before I begin, I just want to remind us all for the record that the 34 convictions, not indictments, convictions of former President, incoming President Trump were by a jury of his peers. Thank you, Ms. Bondi, for being here today, and I too would like to welcome your family and friends who are here.
Thank you.
Appreciated the opportunity to meet yesterday to learn about your priorities and discuss a number of issues that are important to me. But I got to tell you, as I reflected on our conversation yesterday and as I've observed the hearing today, I continue to have significant reservations on your ability to function as a truly independent Attorney General for your friend. Let's say you keep referring to him, your friend, President-elect Trump. So I hope you can address some of these concerns through your responses to my questions here. Now, the first issue area is something that we didn't get a chance to touch on yesterday. So I actually want to follow up on some of Senator Durbin's questions from earlier about the 2020 election. And to be specific, on the day after the 2020 presidential general election, you traveled to Philadelphia to appear alongside President Trump's then attorney, Rudy Giuliani. And together, you falsely asserted that President Trump had, quote, won Pennsylvania in that election. Now, I want to be clear, at that moment, there were still at least 1 million ballots left to be counted in Pennsylvania. Of course, President Biden went on to win the state by more than 80,000 votes. But in the following days, even after the results were clear, you continued to double down on the big lie, promoting falsehoods about election fraud and cheating without offering any actual evidence. And I remember it clearly because I served as California Secretary of State at the time, and I invited anybody associated with the Trump campaign who was making these claims to come forward with evidence of irregularities in the election or massive voter fraud. 4 years later, I still have seen none. So I ask you today, do you have any evidence of election fraud or irregularities in the 2020 election?
So, first, Senator.
Yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
First, Senator.
Do you have evidence, yes or no?
First, Senator. I'm so sorry about the fires to you and Senator Schiff and what you're going through in your states. I have to say that.
I appreciate that, but my clock is ticking and I want to hear your answer.
All of our hearts go out to everyone in California for what you're facing right now. I'm glad you asked the question about Pennsylvania.
It's a yes or no question. Do you have evidence, yes or no?
Senator, I was hoping you'd ask the question.
Do you have evidence, yes or no?
I traveled to Pennsylvania.
Do you have the evidence, yes or no?
I traveled, Senator, to Pennsylvania.
Okay. You're not answering my question. If you have no evidence to offer, let me ask you this. Will you now retract your previous statements that Trump won Pennsylvania in the 2020 election, yes or no?
Oh, Senator, I traveled to Pennsylvania, and let me tell you what I saw firsthand.
Yes or no?
I didn't talk about California because I was not in California. I talked about...
Yes or no? Last time I'm going to ask.
I talked about Pennsylvania because I was there.
Mr. Chair, I'm going to move on because she's clearly not answering my questions. And I want to know, colleagues, for everybody, members of the committee and everybody watching, that the attorney who stood beside Mr. Giuliani was making very similar statements. And he has since been disbarred from multiple jurisdictions for making these false claims about the 2020 election in court. And like Mr. Giuliani, as you've noted today, you've taken an oath to uphold the Constitution just as an attorney. And now you're asking us to consider you to serve as the chief law enforcement officer in our country. So it's imperative, Ms. Bondi, that you subscribe to facts and evidence and not politically convenient conspiracy theories. Your job will be, your job will be to protect voters and election workers, not to undermine and dox them. Now, I know that earlier you agreed that Joe Biden is in fact president, but many of the president-elect's inner circle continue to spread the big lie about the 2020 election. Then we'll move on to a different topic.
Senator, you were speaking. May I speak? You cut me off when I was speaking. When I ask you the next question, you can speak, and I hope you answer, Ms. Bondi. Well, I'd like to answer the previous one, Senator.
When we met yesterday,
you pointed your finger at me and said you were speaking.
You did not seem to be familiar
let me answer my question.
with
I'm not
the
going to be bullied by you,
the
Senator
14th
Padilla.
Amendment of the United States of America, which was deeply disappointing.
I guess you
And I'm
didn't want to
hoping
hear
you're more
my
familiar
answer
with it
about
today
Pennsylvania.
after I gave an opportunity to study overnight. So can you tell me and this committee what the citizenship clause of the 14th Amendment says?
Senator, I'm here to answer your questions. I'm not here to do your homework and study for you. If I am confirmed as Attorney
You're the one
General,
asking for a confirmation
hey,
vote,
you
ma'am.
cut me off. Can I please finish?
What does the 14th Amendment say?
Senator, the 14th Amendment, we all know, addresses birthright citizenship. I've been a state prosecutor. I've been a state AG. I look forward to, even given your remarks today, working with you and the people of California if I am confirmed as the 87th Attorney General of the United States of America. I didn't take your homework assignment. I'm sorry. I was preparing for today.
So on the 14th Amendment, now you've testified repeatedly to this committee that you will uphold the laws of this country and defend the Constitution of the United States. Do you believe birthright citizenship is the law of the land, and will you defend it regardless of a child born in the United States, regardless of their parents' immigration status?
Senator, I will study birthright citizenship. I would love to meet with you regarding birthright citizenship. Can I answer the
serve as the
question?
Attorney General of the United States, and you still need to study the 14th Amendment of the Constitution? That is not helping me have more confidence in your ability to do this job. One other immigration-related question, I'll steer clear of the Constitution
have one
and the
regarding
law.
that I'd like to
Senator
talk about.
Hirona asked you earlier, but I don't think you answered her question. Can you please tell us, do you agree with the statement that immigrants are, quote, poisoning the blood of our country, yes or no?
I did not say that.
I did not say that you said that. I'm asking if you agree with it, yes or no?
I did not say that.
Do you agree with it, yes or
Senator,
no?
my great-grandparents are immigrants.
Do you agree with it,
They
yes or no?
came here from Sicily
Do you agree
through
with it,
Ellis
yes or
Island
no?
when they were teenagers.
Do you agree with it, yes or no?
Senator, let me answer the question.
Yes or no? It's
My
real simple.
great-grandparents came here, immigrated to this country from Sicily, recently went and found each of their birth certificates. We are a nation made up of immigrants. Do I believe immigrants are poisoning our country? No, Senator.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I can't wait for the second round.
Same, Senator. Thank you. No, sir. Thank you.
Padilla began with a stark reminder. Donald Trump now carries 34 criminal convictions, not just indictments, but convictions handed down by a jury of his peers. That reminder set the stage. For an attorney general, loyalty cannot be to a politician. It must be to the law and the Constitution. Then came the central issue, the 2020 election lies. Padilla recalled how Bondi stood in Philadelphia the day after the election, beside Rudy Giuliani, falsely claiming Trump had won Pennsylvania, while more than 1 million ballots were still uncounted. Joe Biden went on to win the state by over 80,000 votes. Padilla's question was simple. Do you have any evidence of widespread fraud? Yes or no? Bondi dodged repeatedly, and that's telling, because in law, evidence is everything. Without it, there is no case, no argument, no justice. Her refusal to answer showed that what happened in 2020 wasn't about evidence at all. It was about politics. Padilla reminded the chamber that the attorney who stood beside Giuliani has since been disbarred for making false claims in court. That matters, because lawyers and especially an attorney general are bound by professional and constitutional duty to facts, not fantasies. Then Padilla tested Bondi on the 14th Amendment. Specifically, The citizenship clause that enshrines birthright citizenship that anyone born in the United States is a citizen, regardless of their parents' status. This principle has been settled law since 1868, reaffirmed by the Supreme Court. Yet when asked if she supported it, Bondi dodged again, saying she needed to study it. Here's the analysis. An attorney general doesn't get to study the Constitution after taking office. Their oath is to defend it from day one. If a nominee can't affirm a core constitutional principle in a hearing, how can the public trust them to defend it in court? Finally, Padilla asked about Trump's rhetoric that immigrants are poisoning the blood of America. This language echoes some of the darkest chapters of history, including nativist and white supremacist ideologies. Padilla demanded a clear yes or no rejection. Only after dancing around did Bondi finally say no. But the hesitation revealed something crucial. Her instinct was to protect Trump, not to lead with moral clarity. Senator Padilla's questioning exposed more than Bondi's evasiveness. It revealed the stakes. If the Attorney General serves a president rather than the Constitution, then the very foundation of equal justice under law crumbles. This hearing was a reminder that facts matter, evidence matters, and constitutional principles like birthright citizenship are not up for negotiation. When a nominee dodges these basics, it isn't just politics. It's a flashing red warning sign for democracy. So here's the takeaway. An attorney general who cannot answer simple questions about evidence, constitutional rights, and immigrant dignity is unfit to lead the Department of Justice. And that means Americans must pay attention not just to what nominees say, but to what they refuse to say. What do you think? Should someone who dodges questions about election lies and constitutional principles be trusted with the nation's highest law enforcement office? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you believe truth and facts still matter in America, make sure to like, share, and subscribe because these hearings show us exactly what's at stake.